Imagine sitting in a hospital waiting room for your mother to come out of surgery. I know that many can understand this because me, my sisters, and my brother were doing exactly this. The doctor had finally emerged and told us that during surgery my mother had passed away. He had this strange look on his face and said that they had been trying for some time to revive her, but could not. He looked at the doctor in shock, and then the silence was broken with my sister screaming, and she ran out through the hospital. My brother fell to the ground crying. My stepfather sat in a chair crying, saying what was he going to do. I was the only one left standing, looking in amazement at the doctor for answers. The doctor tried to explain to me what happened during surgery, but while I listened to him speak, it was as if I no longer understood English. He actually sounded like the teacher on Charlie Brown, if you can believe that. I couldn't understand the words he was saying, and he kept trying to say them over and over. I looked at him and I kept saying, "What? What?" I finally just took a seat. The morning after my mother's funeral, I awoke, and when I looked outside my sliding glass door, sitting around the trees in my backyard were doves. At first, there were 2. As the day went on, they were probably close to about 8. They stayed for 3 days in my backyard, roosting. When I realized that my mother had sent these doves to me for a message, I told her that I loved her, I missed her, and I also thanked her for being the best mother woman that anyone, any person, any child could have. About 3 years and 1 month later, I walked into my son's house and looked out the window. There were 2 doves in the tree. I said to my grandson, "Do you see those birds in the tree?" And he said, "Yeah, why are they there?" I told him I did not know, but it was very strange to me. Within 2 hours, I had received a phone call from my sister-in-law saying that she had come home from work and found my brother deceased. She was hysterical. Once again, I was in shock. That night, while cooking, I was contemplating on what I had just witnessed my brother for the last time. The lights over the range hood started flickering. I looked at them and kept cooking. They continued to flicker. So finally I said, "Yes, brother, I'm going to be fine." It flickered a couple more times, and I said, "Don't worry about me and the family, we will be fine." It flickered 2 more times, and it has never flickered again. About 10 months later, my brother came to me in a dream. He showed me a beautiful grassy area. When I saw him at the end of this field, I went immediately to him, instantly. We talked about making the area a family play area with a playground for the kids, and then I said the area was large enough to put a pool. He thought it was a good idea. I also told him that we needed to put a railing or a thick fence around the cliff so no one would fall off that level. He said his famous answer, "Yeah," and then he kind of laughed. I read to Jessica my dream of my brother in the grassy field. When I finished, she said, "Do you know where that is?" I said no. She continued prodding me, saying my brother was telling me where he was. I kept thinking of where that place was, but nothing came to me. Then she said, "He is in Japan. He has already reincarnated and was a little Japanese boy, and your mother is his older sister." It took me some moments to catch my breath and process what she had just told me. She said, "You know that place. You have been there before." After thinking deeply, I realized that the place was Okinawa, Japan. The grassy place with a cliff was where we would run to when the typhoons were approaching. As kids, we would go there to see how high the waves would come up to the top of the cliff. We would stay as long as we could. The wind blew such a cool breeze, and it was so calming. This spiritual path has awakened me to so many wondrous events. There was a point in my life that you could not get me to believe in doves showing up as a message from loved ones who have passed. Also, that my dreams were not because I ate greasy food too close to bedtime. There are messages and signs out there. We just have to have the eyes to see. Knowing what I know now has helped me see the world around me in the true way it was meant to be seen, spiritually and with my heart. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps the ones who it needs to and the ones who are on this journey with me.